Okay, fifth graders, I had a little glitch with the video right there. But we were talking about you were going to be asked to recall fourth grade learning, where you learned that area is length times width. So you should remember when you're finding area, you're going to be multiplying two numbers. So now I want you to copy this equation down in your math journal with me. So now we have 10 3/4 times 7 1/2. This is multiplying mixed numbers, which, if you'll recall, is what I consider to be one of the hardest things you learn in fifth grade because of the steps involved. So the first thing that we have to do before we can work with multiplying mixed numbers, excuse me, is we have to make them mad. And the way we do that, M is multiply. 4 times 10 is 10. The A in mad says add. 40 plus 3 is 43. And the D in mad means denominator stays the same. On this one, we're going to say 2 times 7 is 14. That's the M in mad. Then we add 14 plus 1 is 15. And the D says the denominator stays the same. Now, I think some of the breakdown in your getting the correct answer may have come from the multiplying, because now you have to figure out what 43 times 15 is. And in sixth grade, they'll expect you to know how to do the traditional algorithm, and that's what I want you to be using now. We always start with the ones place. So we would say 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. Now, what I teach my students to do, when you are finished, you mark it out. And also, I'm finished with carrying that, so mark it out so that it doesn't get you confused. A little bit of a glare on here from the light. Okay. So, I'm finished with the ones place. That's what this 0 means. You're finished with the ones place. You're moving over to the digit in the tens. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Now I'm ready to add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 2 plus 4 is 6. So you end up with 645. And 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? So this is what makes this problem a little difficult. Remember the fraction bar, that's an improper fraction, so we're going to have to divide. So you should have copied all this down along with me in your math journal, because that's going to help you remember how to do it. And you can look back at this page when you have another one to do. So now we have to solve 645 divided by 8. So copy this down with me also, please. Okay. I'm using friendly numbers because they're easy to work with. Well, I know that 8 times 100 is 800. That's too much. I know that 8 times 5 is 40. So 8 times 50 would be 400. That's a whole lot closer to 645. That's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to take out 50 groups of 8 and subtract off 400. That leaves me with, I don't have my numbers lined up, 5 minus 0 is 5, 4 minus 0 is 4, and 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay? I'm going to use what I know about 8 times 3 is 24. So 8 times 30 would be 240. So now I'm going to take out 30 groups of 8 and subtract off 240. And I have a remainder of 5. Okay? So how many groups did I take out? 50 plus 30 is 80. So I have 80 with a remainder of 5. And the remainder is going to be the numerator. And the dividend, or excuse me, the divisor is going to be the denominator. So my final answer to that problem is going to be 80 and 5/8. I think probably that most of the breakdown in getting the correct answer came during the division, because some of you tend to get bogged down with how to do that. But always start with what you know. Remember how I thought about 5 times 8 is 40, so 50 times 8 would be 400, and that will help you. If you have copied this down, the next time that you have a mixed number problem on Joe's Show or on Mastery Connect, I want you to look back at this page, and that's going to help you figure out how to solve the problem. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow.